This television series is sponsored by My Wellness by Nature. Coming up on the So Thrive series. Can I hug you?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Frank, your stories. I'm in shock. That's how you guide your wellness every day. You just live that way instead of waiting till you get sick. Whew. People are looking for natural remedies. That is something the Mayan culture has always done. Oh my gosh, that is a tweetable. Hello again, Thrive Tribe, and welcome to my joy journey. One that empowered, educated, and healed me after a year where everything changed. If you've followed me at all, you know that I am all about living full out in the courage zone. I've been inspired now more than ever to receive knowledge, choose to live in strength, love, and faith. Life is all about the choices we make, and we can choose joy. I have accepted the challenge to share what I learned from my world about what it means to truly thrive. All of this with people that want to heal the planet. If you know me at all, this screams So Thrive Tribe. In part one of So Thrive with Tiffany Hendra, the producers of My Wellness by Nature packed their camera bags and positive vibes as we charted our course for discovery and adventure, all with the intention of changing our viewers' lives. Our destination, a wellness retreat located on a peaceful river peninsula right in the heart of Belize, a place offering experiential healing as a method of actively engaging in life experiences for true self-discovery and healing.
No one believed that you could be a full-time yoga teacher. It doesn't matter to me if everyone says no. I need to say yes.
Oh my gosh, that is a tweetable. We not only discovered how the rest of the planet survived the pandemic, but how we are all survivors in one way or the other. We are going to go across the lagoon in a boat to meet, interview, soak up the Mennonite community. What happened next are encounters we never thought possible. We take a never-before-seen tour of the Mennonite community of Belize. We were told that we were the first cameras ever allowed in. Can you believe it? We get an insider's look at this thriving community's contributions to Belize, as well as document their belief systems for better living. These are things we can all learn and live better from, regardless of where you are on the planet. Mothers, would they try to go a natural route with the children if a children has a fever or something like that?
As most possible. Yeah. I don't know why we all like it more natural.
Of course. That's what we're trying to teach other people.
Yeah, and our food here is more natural than the food in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
What they call natural.
Yes.
And ours is more natural than that.
So this is normal to y'all, right? It's so normal. You can just go in your front yard and grit something and grind it up, right?
Like the flowers from the moringa, that's for your nerves.
Well, in the States, everyone is taking antidepressants and they drink way too much alcohol to calm their nerves. So you just can go pick a flower. Yeah. That's how you guide your wellness every day. You just live that way instead of waiting till you get sick. We've flown wellness TV and radio personality Dr. Derek De Silva all the way from New Jersey to Southlake, Texas for an insightful conversation about better living.
We have to find joy in the simple things.
I am an addict for joy.
It's called oxytocin and endorphins. That's what it's called. That's what joy brings you. Our body is under constant attack. Inflammation, the prescription medicines we're taking. We have too many of these bad ions that collect in our body. You take your shoes off and you walk on Mother Earth, you are going to send all the bad ions out and all the good ions back in.
I can't believe how different my life looks from 10, 15 years ago. I was partying on the weekends, hanging around with toxic people, sleeping, not sleeping. I would wake up in a panic. I had panic attacks several times a week. That is not how we are meant to live life. Then there was a second phase to my wellness journey, and that was being rear-ended. So it was really bad. I had really bad whiplash. And when your tendons and your neck muscles are inflamed, literally your brain doesn't fire up. So I was having these cognitive issues and I felt really depressed. I wasn't eating. I didn't feel hungry. It really messed up a lot in my body. And my chiropractor gave me this one little tip that changed my life, and that was the green protein smoothie. He said, Tiff, right when you wake up, before anything else, before you think about what you're gonna prepare or you don't think you're hungry, is just make this smoothie with these ingredients, have some almonds, get those nutrients in your body, get some protein in your body, because you will see you're not depressed, you just need these nutrients. That was the pivotal moment when I realized the food-body connection, when for so long it was all about deprivation, starving myself, or binging and purging. I didn't honor food, I didn't honor my body. To this day, I have a protein smoothie, and if I go without it, I can tell a difference. This is not hard to do. It is so simple, and it takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes to change your life. Come on, adding something simple and quick. It's gonna flood your body with nutrients. But think of us in 5, 10 years, the little changes, and we've created this beautiful lifestyle where you are living on purpose, your ideal weight, you're lighter, energy, and ultimately happy. So can you imagine a world that's happier? So through My Wellness by Nature and Generation Wellness, that is what we're going to create. As we awaken for today's experiential healing journey, I recall some of the things we've learned and begin incorporating them into our daily rituals. Because taking action to incorporate what you've learned is key to self-change. And that second critical step is often the most overlooked. I cannot think of a better way to start the day than with a fresh organic breakfast and juice made by Chef Hops, who pours so much love into his meals, and it's all about foods that heal the body and lower inflammation. Coconut water from the coconuts here on the property, and Chef Hop made fresh watermelon juice again. And I don't know where you got these mutated grapes. Those are huge. Is your mouth watering yet? We embark on our journey in a speedboat down the New River in the Orange District of Belize. Our tour guide, Alberto, points out some incredible views and wildlife on the 30-mile-long river, including resting Belize tree bats, which producer Casey could not resist getting a closer look at.
Oh God, those are terrifying. Oh no. Wait, where is it? Oh God. They're all looking at us.
We are hopeful that today's experiences and being in the moment help build even further on this principle for personal growth. Learning that experiential healing is how we grow emotionally, physically, and spiritually by merging these experiences together, and how we react to them can be life-changing for the soul, as Jaguarundi Shore's Mickey Powers explains. I realize that through this journey that I am uncovering a new part of myself, one that has become okay accepting the unfamiliar, or even daring opportunities. In fact, I find myself thriving in them. We arrive at Lamani, one of Belize's largest sites and a trading port of the ancient Maya. Set in a tropical jungle and providing amazing views from several of its large temples, Lamani provides a unique glimpse into the culture of the Maya and the biological diversity surrounding it. Lamani was a community with the longest history of human habitation in Belize, settled around 900 BC and was still occupied 2,500 years later when Spanish missionaries arrived to the site in 1544.
Monkey, 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 monkey. Hi, monkey. Did you want to come say hello?
This is pretty much all the entire archaeological site of Lamani. According to archaeologists, it runs from north to south, about 10 miles long. From east to west, it's about 2 miles wide. And there's 738 Mayan structures in this area. 2 Spanish churches dated back 1644, and a sugar mill dated back at 1838. So that's the evidence that these Europeans came to Lamani and also came in contact with their last Mayans that were living here at Lamani.
At one point, it is believed to have been occupied by up to 35,000 Maya inhabitants. The first temple we find is Jaguar Temple, a structure designed as the protective Mayan animal, the jaguar. This was a site dedicated to the sun god, and inside, explorers uncovered ancient art, pottery, and statues made of jade, onyx, and limestone. We are told incredible stories about these sites, including ancient healing temples, altars all built on very specific global locations, now identified as energy vortexes. I've always wanted to experience that firsthand. I am so excited for this.
Breathe in the chlorophyll. It's called forest bathing. That's Japanese. It literally reduces inflammation.
Heading to the grand structure of Lamani, we discover cascading ribbon-like vines from an ancient tree. My Wellness by Nature founder, Casey, can't resist attempting her hand at swinging through the vines.
Oh.
Only to discover that the Mayans must have made it look way more easy than she's experiencing. This is the High Temple of Lamani, and the views are said to be spectacular. The High Temple is an enormous pyramid built around 100 BC, and it's one of the largest Maya structures ever discovered. At the time, it would have been the tallest building in Mesoamerica, broadcasting a statement to Lamani's neighbors, rivals, and anyone traveling along the river trade route. With our blood pumping in anticipation, we begin to scale the face of the High Temple and start to feel a magnetic sensation moving through our bodies. We are told this is the energy vortex we are experiencing, and I'm excited to say I can feel it moving through me, and it feels incredible. I'm reminded of our conversation with Dr. De Silva and grounding, that this is actual science we are feeling. What a rush, and what an experience to feel an ancient energy vortex for myself. It's a dream come true.
Oh, it makes me emotional.
When we reach the top of the temple, it all becomes surreal to me. We are standing on top of an ancient Mayan temple that people come from all over the planet to experience its healing properties, just like they did when this area was thriving. And I also notice, even though the culture has changed, the energy remains. I feel incredible. I feel unlimited. I feel changed. I feel like I have a new view of life as I stand here with a new reference point for living better, living fully, choosing to thrive in the face of the last few years we have all endured. We are learning how to live and succeed in the new way of living. Coming up next, we experience an authentic ancient transformation and healing ceremony with one of Belize's remaining traditional Haman.
Unfortunately, a lot of people just feel like they're doomed or that they have a certain number of symptoms and that defines who they are.
Stay tuned for this and more on So Thrive with Tiffany Hendra. This television series was produced by My Wellness by Nature, creating Generation Wellness together. See more at mywellnessbynature.com. Wow, just when I thought I had been filled completely with healing and spiritual knowledge, the producers tell me that a local Mayan healer has accepted our invitation to perform the traditional ceremony passed down to him from many previous generations. We roll the cameras and experience firsthand what has been presented for healing and prayer by these spiritually trained medicine men since ancient times.
Good night to each and every one of you that are tonight here to do this Mayan ceremony. It is for me a pleasure and an honor to be here and do this for you guys.
As Jose conducts his elaborate ceremony of cleansing, I allow myself to relax, feeling protected, remaining calm, powerful, and hopeful. Hopeful that this ceremony can bring about even more change for me and how we view things in the modern world. I'm starting to feel lighter and a lift in my spirit as the ceremony goes on. And toward the end, Jose has me hold an egg and go through an exercise of letting go of any remaining negative energy I'm holding on to. Then we walk to the shore and throw the egg in the water. Such an important lesson for us all. Just let it go. On today's So Thrive, we traveled from Texas to Winter Park, Florida to speak to wellness professional AJ Piovazan at Age Rejuvenation. In part one of this series, we explore how many doctors these days approach getting to the root cause of wellness to heal and enhance our lives. Get ready to be inspired. I love this conversation. AJ walks his talk and is the epitome of So Thrive. What does wellness truly mean to you?
So wellness is a way of being able to help yourself to overcome certain obstacles that everyday life brings about. So for instance, we can't really change how old we are.
True.
Every day we get a day older. But I think as we get older, kind of like a fine wine, we can get better as long as our cork doesn't dry out.
I love it.
So the opportunity is with wellness, helping your body to heal itself and overcome the aging obstacles or challenges that we may have.
This is a big topic these days, wellness. there's so many different modalities and topics out there. Where do you start? If someone came to you and they really wanted to take control of their health, where would they start?
Well, a lot of it is based on the questionnaire. Some people just don't ask questions anymore.
Oh, that's true.
You know, how do you find out how someone feels unless you really have that conversation with them? And that is a part of the process, the intake form, is being able to define how you feel, which is sometimes hard to do as an individual. I feel this way or I feel that way, but I can't really articulate it. But a good provider knows how to get that information, glean that information, and then identify certain abnormalities that are causing those symptoms. That's how you can take control of it.
Whereas normal, traditional doctors may not take the time to have that conversation. And so when you have this beautiful conversation, you can start to really pinpoint where someone should start. There's all these modalities, all these programs. Share with me some of the latest methods that you're excited about these days.
Well, there's so many, you know. I think, you know, helping our patients to understand that they're not sick.
Yes.
You know, it's unfortunately a lot of people just feel like they're doomed, or that they have a certain number of symptoms and that defines who they are, or they were given a diagnosis and now that's who they become. And I try and help to enable my patients to feel like that's not who they are. That is just an aspect of their health, but we can overcome that.
Right.
And we provide information based on real life challenges and helping to incorporate that into their well-being.
For instance, I've heard that terminology, even with what I do as a life coach. When people say, I am depressed, no, you feel depressed, you're not. So the fact that you're addressing that as well, and helping them to, you know, that disempowering idea of I'm sick, I don't. So do you believe that when you're treating this wellness with these technologies, you're also working on their mindset?
Well, of course. There's a mind-body connection that goes with everything we do. You know, if we think we're sick, we're going to be sick.
Yes.
If, you know, sometimes people will see something like they have a phobia. That is a mind controlling the body.
Yes.
And that's real to them. To the rest of us, it's not so real because we don't have the same mindset. And so, yes, the mind treating the body is very necessary.
Yes. So even with age,
Yes.
we're at age rejuvenation.
Of course, it's in the
very
name.
simple to understand. So even with that concept, at my age and understanding taking the power back over and aging gracefully, vitality, having energy. So when someone comes to you, what would be the first thing to empower a young woman, maybe that when I talk to women, they don't even realize in their late 30s, early 40s that they could start having problems with their hormones.
Yes.
So even with the aging process and rejuvenating that area, when someone comes in and they just are tired, they don't necessarily have major symptoms, they just know that something's not right. Where do you start?
Well, age is relative to how we feel.
Yes.
And so expressing those feelings, expressing what they have challenges in. Most people don't sleep well at night. And they think, oh, it's just a sleeping problem, so I'll take a pill.
Yes.
Or, you know, I'll have some alcohol. Or, you know, I'll have a heavy dinner and then I'll get to sleep, but then I wake up multiple times, or I have to use the bathroom more often.
Yes.
And so these are all signs that someone is struggling with certain abnormalities while they're sleeping. And some of those can be hormonal. And so knowing what they are hormonally and putting it all together into helping them as a whole, rather than just a process of identifying symptoms, but actually helping someone to identify with their own body and what signals that is sending them, and to help them to listen to those and express it in a way that helps them identify, as well as myself as a clinician, how to help them and how to help themselves is very important.
So you really partner.
Yes.
I love that. Even with my clients, it's a partnership. We become partners in this, and there's a long game.
Yes.
It's not the microwave makeover. It's not the instant quick fix, and it's a journey. And you can start having these markers right? With better sleep, with more energy, more vitality. I love the word vitality. I want to say it, you know, all the time. Where do you start with these new technologies?
So the goal would be to look at objective results.
Okay.
And objective numbers
Great.
come from labs.
Yeah.
And so we have a very comprehensive lab panel that we're able to custom order for every patient based on their symptoms. Because sometimes, you know, a person may come in and they say, oh, I'm on thyroid because my doctor said my thyroid needs a little boosting, or that I have a thyroid condition. But they don't understand why. And so looking into their family history, looking into how other people who are related to them affects who they are genetically. The second thing is most people don't understand that thyroid disorders, a majority of the time, work with autoimmune conditions, meaning that you can have an autoimmune condition attacking your thyroid called Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and if you're not looking for those antibodies causing that autoimmune condition, then they are under-treating that thyroid disorder. So there's a cause and effect with everything. And so what I hear are symptoms, but I get to the root level of the cause, and then that gives them a better effect and not just chase symptoms.
Yes, and so you're a gift. You're truly living your calling, because most practitioners that I have found, they don't go to the root. It's quick, quick, quick. Move them in, move them out, move them in, move them, and they might look at the labs, but getting to the, I mean, you can't make changes, real changes, lasting changes, have real overall vitality without getting to the root. So,
no. And there are many different ways of getting to that level. And so it has to be comprehensive.
Yes.
Some people think,
Love that word.
oh, my blood sugars, you know, oh, they're a little bit elevated, but no big deal. I don't have diabetes. But blood sugar abnormalities, the number one cause of blood sugar abnormalities is usually due to insulin resistance. People go, insulin what? You know, that's insulin, that's what diabetics have. No, insulin is the only way we can tolerate sugar or carbohydrates. Without it, we become diabetic and we can be very, very sick because of it, or even die. So blood sugar abnormalities can cause a myriad of symptoms that are somewhat subtle without being technically called a diabetic. So I agree with you. It's more of a marathon than a sprint, because if you don't spend the time and look, you'll never find.
Obviously, you look like the epitome of wellness to me. You know what I mean? Like, you are the poster child of wellness.
You have to be able to feel like you're doing something that you have control over. And your health is one of those opportunities that we have. And if we take the opportunity to help ourselves, then that translates into our ability to help others.
That's so powerful.
So it's definitely a paying it forward kind of function.
We hope that you reflect on thriving in many ways yourself by taking action in the art of better living and choose to make small daily adjustments for big lifestyle results. I can honestly say through these experiences, I have learned to thrive even harder than ever before, with greater purpose and intention now that we've documented this journey to also help you thrive.